I'll never forget the day I walked into Hawthorne and Chase Global with my mop and bucket. Just another morning in my forest green uniform. My name's Denise Walker, 48 years old, and for 15 years I've been the cleaning lady nobody saw. The executives in their tailored suits rushed past me, their expensive shoes tapping on the marble floors of that downtown Chicago high-rise. To them, I was invisible. Until I wasn't. It all started with a spilled coffee and a cruel laugh from the CEO, Garrett Stone, that echoed through the halls. That's when I decided they'd mocked me for the last time. Every night. I pushed my cart through those silent offices, the city skyline glowing outside the massive windows. Garrett's corner office was always a mess. Papers everywhere, coffee cups left like trophies. He acted like he owned the place. Well, technically he didn't. I'd hear him barking orders during the day, firing people like it was sport, joking about trimming the fat. Once, I even caught him shredding documents, financial stuff, shady stuff. I didn't say a word, just kept scrubbing. But I watched, always watched. Then came one Tuesday. I was mopping the lobby when Garrett strutted in with his pack of yes-men. Someone had spilled coffee near the elevators. Probably one of them. Garrett pointed at me and barked, "Clean it up, Grandma!" The whole staff turned to look. He laughed. They laughed. And I stood there, mop in hand, face burning. I wanted to scream, but I swallowed it. That night, alone with my cart, I made myself a promise. He'd pay for that. See, I wasn't always just a cleaning lady. 15 years ago, my Uncle Lionel, quiet guy, big investor, passed away and left me something no one knew about. Shares in Hawthorne and Chase. A lot of shares. I could have cashed out back then, but I stayed, kept mopping floors. Watched Garrett turn the company into his personal empire, while good people, assistants, janitors, got laid off so he could buy another sports car. Those shares? My ace. After that humiliation, I called my old friend Marvin an attorney. "It's time," I said. We met in a greasy spoon on the south side, over curly fries and lukewarm coffee. I spilled everything. Garrett's layoffs, the shredded papers, the way he treated us like we were beneath him. Marvin leaned in, eyes sharp. "Denise, you're the majority shareholder. You've got the power to end this." I've been snapping photos of the shredded docs, the sketchy spreadsheets, the emails he thought were gone forever. I had evidence. Real stuff. We hit him at the shareholders' meeting. Marvin said, "We go big." My heart was pounding. The next week, I played it cool, mopped the same halls. Garrett strutted like a king. My phone buzzed with Marvin's texts. "We've got him." I printed emails after hours, fished damning documents out of the trash. One night, I even heard Garrett on the phone, laughing about squeezing the little people. I smiled. He had no clue what was coming. The night before the meeting, I couldn't sleep. My apartment was quiet. I sat on my couch, papers spread out like war plans. Every lie, every stolen dollar. My uniform still smelled like bleach. I thought of Uncle Lionel, of all the folks Garrett stepped on. I whispered to myself, "Tomorrow, Garrett's done." The morning of the shareholders' meeting, I walked in like usual, head down, bucket rattling. The boardroom was full, suits everywhere. Garrett sat at the head of the table, smug as ever. I waited just outside the door until Marvin texted. "Now." I pushed in, uniform and all. Heads turned. Garrett sneered. "What's she doing here?" I took a breath. "I'm not just a cleaning lady, Garrett. I own this company." The room went dead quiet. Garrett laughed. "Nice joke, sweetheart. Get back to your mop." I didn't flinch. Pulled out my folder. Slapped it on the table. Started reading. Falsified reports, emails, financial lies, harassment claims. Faces blanched. "I've got the shares," I said. "And I've got the votes." Marvin stepped in, documents in hand. "She's not bluffing." Garrett's face turned red. "You can't." "Oh, I can," I said. "You're fired, Garrett. As of right now." The boardroom erupted. Garrett stood frozen, fists clenched. "This isn't over," he hissed. I watched him storm out. then turned back to the board. Things changed today. No more layoff for profit. No more treating people like garbage. They nodded. I wasn't done. I pulled out my phone, showed a picture of the cleaning crew. These people, they deserve raises, starting now. A few clapped, then more, then the whole room. For the first time in 15 years, I felt seen. As I walked out that day, Garrett was in the parking lot, yelling into his phone, pacing like a trapped rat. I didn't even look back. By evening, my phone lit up. News alerts. CEO ousted in shocking shareholder revolt. Then it got better. Regulators saw the leaks. Garrett's accounts frozen. His yacht seized. His name dragged online. Memes. Tweets. Editorials calling him a fraud. Karma didn't waste time. The next day, I came to work in jeans and a sweater. No uniform. People stared, but with respect this time. The cleaning crew mobbed me in the break room. "You really did it," one said, handing me a fresh cup of coffee. I laughed. First time in years. Later, I sat in Garrett's old office. Signed papers for raises. Implemented ethical rules. Same view, different world. Emails flooded in. Reporters. Former co-workers. One message stuck out. A janitor Garrett fired years ago for asking for a sick day. "You gave us our dignity back," he wrote. I teared up. A kid from accounting stopped me in the hall. "You're a legend, Denise." I just smiled, just doing what's right. That night, I met Marvin at the same diner. "You're trending," he grinned, holding up his phone. From mop to CO. I laughed, shook my head. I just wanted Garrett gone. "You did more than that," Marvin said. "You woke the place up." We toasted with soda cans. Chicago's skyline blinking outside, like it always had. But I felt different. Stronger. A week later, I went on live TV. The mop, the shares, the downfall. The host asked, "Why wait so long?" I needed proof, I said, and the right moment. Calls poured in, people cheering, thanking me. Back at Hawthorne and Chase, I made small changes that mattered. Suggestion boxes, better gloves, real breaks. One janitor, Enrique, pulled me aside. "My daughter saw you on TV. She wants to be like you someday." I smiled. Tell her to be better. It wasn't about Garrett anymore. A month later, he popped up on cable news, ranting about how a janitor stole his company. Then the host aired footage, him trashing his office like a tantrum-throwing child. I laughed so hard I spilled my tea. Online, people roasted him. Memes everywhere. Sponsors dropped him. He'd become a joke. But I stayed cautious. One night, walking home, I felt eyes on me. My phone rang. Marvin's voice was sharp. "Denise!" Garrett's been asking around. "Be careful." I hired security the next morning. Not scared. Just ready. When his lawsuit came, I met his lawyer in the lobby. Calm as ever. "Check the will," I said, handing over Uncle Lionel's notarized document. Marvin stood beside me, smirking. The lawyer skimmed it, turned pale, and walked out. News hit fast. Lawsuit tossed. Case dismissed. Garrett's final strike? A dud. A year later, Hawthorne and Chase feels like a new place. I still walk those halls. But now, not with a mop, with purpose. The layoff stopped. Wages went up. People smile. Garrett? Last I heard, he's selling timeshares in Iowa.